Today is August 12th and we'll arrive in Glacier Bay at 6 a.m. We'll make a short stop at Bartlett Cove to pick up the park rangers, and then we'll continue to the northern end of the Tower Inlet to view both the Marjorie and Grand Pacific glaciers. We'll spend about an hour there and then sail south to view the Lamplu and John Hopkins glaciers. As we depart the glaciers, we'll make a leisurely sail south to view wildlife. Around 6 p.m. we'll drop off the rangers and depart the park for Ketchikan, Alaska. Our first stop is at the very northern tip of the Tower Inlet, where we'll spend an hour viewing both the Marjorie and Grand Pacific glaciers.
So today is the 12th of August, and we're at the Marjorie Glacier, Glacier Bay National Park. And this is one of the more scenic glaciers that we're looking at. A year ago, this little notch that you're looking at here was all ice, so that much ice was calved off. But in next year, that'll probably all be one straight face again. And then panning around to Grand Pacific Glacier. In this dark area we're looking at coming up on the right-hand side, ooh, we hear that?
Yeah.
That's the ice cracking there. So, anyway, just listen up for that. Grand Pacific Glacier is off on the right here, and that is the largest glacier in Glacier National Park. It still is advancing. It's one of the three glaciers that are advancing in Glacier National Park. And all the dark area is not, it looks like it's rock, but it's just dirt on top of the glacier that is washed onto the glacier from rain and runoff and everything. So that's why it looks dirty, but it's actually all ice that we're looking at.
Here's the bird. Kind of needed that whole face just fell off. Right?
Yeah.
That would not be good for us.
No,
We wouldn't feel it.
No,
They'd kill us immediately.
that's what I just said. Yeah.
I'll hide behind Tom.
Like a giant tsunami.
No, I'm just saying, if you look, you got the black stripes, and they kind of come down like this and go back a little bigger, and then start. There's a crack right.
Right in there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's something breaking loose again.
Yeah.
You hear it?
Yeah. So we're at Glacier Bay, and this is the Marjorie Glacier. And we've seen one iceberg calve off for several large fissures break open. And so what do you guys think of Glacier Bay so far? It's other than the weather, it's kind of a nice day, isn't it?
Oh yeah.
Nice day out.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any have you seen any wildlife or anything like that, or not?
Just some seagulls.
Okay.
Or gulls.
Yeah.
No sea lions or anything like that.
Not yet, anyway, huh? Okay, well, it's a little bit misty. In fact, it's kind of rainy. As you can see here, it's not all a heavy rain, but it is rain. But then we're in Alaska, and that's what you get. So we're ready to have some more good days.
Glacier Bay was first proclaimed a U.S. National Monument in 1925 and was later enlarged and designated as Glacier Bay National Park in 1980. Current glaciers cover an area of 1,375 miles and accounts for 27% of the park area. Up until the early 1700s, the area was one single large glacier of solid ice. It has since retreated and has evolved into the largest protected water area in the world. The glaciers began retreating in the late 1700s, and by the early 1900s they had receded to their present-day positions. Over the past 100 years, the glaciers have fluctuated with small periodic advances and retreats, but overall their positions have remained relatively stable. Glacier Bay is popular as a cruise ship destination during the summer season. However, there are restrictions imposed by the National Park Service on the number of vessels that can operate in a day to 2 cruise ships and 3 much smaller tour boats.
See it?
Oh, there, yeah, there.
That's that area. That's
We spent about 90 minutes viewing the Margerie and Grand Pacific glaciers, so it's time to head south and spend some time at the Lamplu Glacier.
We are at Lamplu Glacier, and Art's busy observing the beauty of ramen. And we are. Is it good, Art?
I hate to say it.
Wonderful.
Those waterfalls.
I'm saving the mushrooms for you.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So Lamplu Glacier is the second of the, or the third of the glaciers that we're going to be seeing. And it's a tidewater glacier. Right now it is low tide, and that's why we're seeing that little mud flat out in front of us. High tide, that mud flat will be underwater, and the glacier will be lapping up against the bay. So, but if it recedes much further, it'll no longer be a tidewater glacier. It'll just be a valley glacier. Swinging over to the mountain here. Beautiful misty day. See the clouds, and they just kind of hang in tendrils around the mountains. And there's a, if you look close, there's a hanging glacier up here, right up at the top. Zoom in on it. And you hear that? That's the glacier moving. Coming over to the Johns Hopkins Inlet. And there's just something about a cloudy day and a misty day like this with the clouds just hanging in little wisps around the mountains. Really beautiful.
As you can see, it's been a gloomy day with light showers all day. I've visited Glacier Bay on numerous occasions and have seen many bright, crystal clear days and many days like today. I was even here once when the fog was so thick that you could barely see the 100 feet in front of you. It's all the luck of the draw. With the exception of heavy fog, the others each have their own advantages. The bright sunny days tend to highlight the bright white ice in contrast to the blue skies, while the gloomy days tend to highlight the blues on the faces of the glacier. So as long as you're dressed for it, I really enjoy both types of weather for viewing the glaciers.